Hey everyone, we are here in my bathroom again for hair journey update number 3. Way more of a chit chatty video today, no demonstration because my hair already looks fire. You wanna know why? Because I finally took more of your advice and saw a curly hair specialist. I've never seen a curly hair specialist ever before in my whole life. I think a lot of us can probably relate where we go to a hair salon and what do? First, they either straighten our hair and then cut it, or they cut it wet and it's just not a curly specific cut. So I went onto Google Maps and I Googled curly hair specialist, and the reviews did me no wrong. I went to somebody who is fantastic. I was a little afraid though. Like, I had what I thought was a good hair day. Okay, I'll back up a little bit. I feel like since my hair journey update number 2, I've been doing pretty good. I've been practicing doing my hair more. I've been testing and trialing different amounts of products. I kind of felt like I had my process and I had a good hair day, what I thought was a good hair day. I cannot believe, looking back at that picture, that I thought that was a good hair day. Like, this is a good hair day, you guys. Like, this, I mean, the curl definition, even in the back, within my hair, remember I was saying that I have like the curliest hairs up here, down by the nape of my neck, it's a lot more straight. When she was looking at the back of my head, she was like, I actually see that you have some spirals down in the back of your hair. And I'm like, no way. I never thought I had curly hair back there. She spent about 2 hours with me achieving this. So she did do a dry cut. You're supposed to come in washed, dried, and detangled, which I think is pretty common for curly specialists, at least what I could find on Google. And I didn't know if I did it correctly because, oh, I was saying I can't believe I used to just air dry my hair without diffusing it, because my air dried hair looks like ass. And here's what I walked in with. Like, that was what I was like, how in the world is she going to be able to do my hair when it looks like a nest? Like, it does not. It was also slept on. It's just, it was not pretty, but it didn't matter. She was doing the cut dry after investigating what my curl pattern was. After she did the cut and like we had the final result, we observed it again. She didn't end up going back in with the scissors at all. It was fine the way it was. My goals were to understand how I can reduce frizz, how I could further enhance my curls. How do I don't go to I work out at home, but how do I work out at home? Because I've always been a little bit discouraged to work out because I don't want to sweat and like mess up my hair because I have to put it in a ponytail and all that. So she helped me with that as well. A number of gotcha moments, which I really just want to be able to capture here because I'm fresh from class, I feel like. I had asked her, do I have to choose between bleaching my hair and having natural curls? Her advice to me was not necessarily having to choose between bleach and natural curls. The choice I would have to make is between straightening my hair and bleaching it. I'm deciding to go with the bleached hair, and I have like an appointment to do my roots soon. So I think I'm gonna continue doing the bleach and just have to put my straightener away, which kind of annoys me because I just bought a new round brush in an attempt to learn how to blow my hair out more nicely. But maybe if I'm like over the blonde, I could bring that round brush back out. She also helped me be confident. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place. She also helped me be more confident with using more product. And, you know, I think that those of you who saw parts, 1 and 2, I had used too much product or not used it correctly. It didn't go throughout the strands of my hair evenly. So I had parts of my hair that were very crunchy and other parts that weren't. And so I'm always hesitant to use too much product, but she definitely used, like, we split up my hair into sections and she used the same amount of product, which in my opinion was too much, but it came out beautifully. The other thing that she was doing that kind of blew my mind was the way that she was, so we did a hover diffuse. And prior to that, she did a whole like cleansing thing on me. She put, you know, a clarifying shampoo, she did a treatment on me. There was something where she had used like steam to help with the product. That was cool. And then we did the diffusing, and she was also showing me before she took out the blow dryer, how when she put in the product, and I had always just like scrunched. I would always just be like this and then let go and like that. She actually went like this and like held it there in a fist for a longer period of time than what I had been doing. So she taught me that. And then she also, with the diffuser, she used it way differently than how I would have been using it. I had been hover diffusing, and then I would take my hand like this, and then I would put the blow dryer on top of it like that, and I would kind of just move on. I had moved away from putting my hair inside the bowl of the diffuser because the hair just wasn't like coming out. It would create like really weirdo curls. So I had stopped doing that and I had moved to this, and that created my very good hair day. What she did was that she did put the hair in the bowl, but she would slowly move it upwards. Like she would do the bottoms and then she would do the middle and then she would move closer to the top. She did say, like what I had seen too, people would do this with the diffuser and it just doesn't come out correctly because it doesn't dry very evenly, because the middle of the hair will be still wet when the top and the bottom is dry. So that was surprising to me. The biggest reveal for me when she like, you do the review, you spin your chair around and then you see yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe my hair looks like this, was the fact that my hair at my root has a curl to it. I'm gonna sound like the biggest idiot right now, but I actually thought that my hair grows out straight until it gets to here and then it gets curly. I know, that sounds really stupid now, but I thought that was my hair because my hair would always be straight here. And it's because whenever my hair would dry, even if I would diffuse it, like it would always dry down here and my hair would be like weighed down by the wetness of my hair, and it would dry like straight because of the weight that was being brought down while it was drying. So she actually brought some curl to the top of my head, and one of my goals was indeed to get more volume at my root, which I think we achieved. So I would definitely encourage, if you haven't gone before, to take the advice that others have given to me, which was to visit a curly hair specialist. I don't think that my tips take the place. I don't think that what I shared here takes the place of you going to a curly hair specialist, because it really does need to be catered to you. But I just had like some like really mind-blowing moments. Oh, another thing that I had seen her do was when I was using a diffuser, I would turn it off and then I would turn it on again when it was above my head, and then I would turn it off and then turn it on again. She didn't have to do that. She just kept it on the whole time. We also did a rolling motion, whereas I was kind of flipping. Which I don't think is great for your curl pattern. So the rolling, definitely, you can see the results are way better from the rolling motion. Sorry, I'm looking at my viewfinder because I cannot get over like how she was able to achieve. I never thought my hair could look like this, ever. And I know it sounds really dramatic. I know that there are literal like wars going on in other worlds, and I'm sitting over here talking about hair trauma and just, like life-changing experiences with your hair, but I mean, it's kind of true. And I do feel like self-validated because I could never explain to people why I would be so mad when they touched my hair. I would never be able to explain or get people to understand how much work it took to get my hair looking halfway decent. Again, remember what I used to think that my hair was and a good hair day? To get my hair to get to half that was still a lot of work. And people would come in and like comb my hair with their hands, and you're not supposed to dry brush your hair, but nobody knows that. And they would just come up to my hair without permission and just like comb it through, and I would always get so pissed. And they would not know why. And it doesn't, like, people with straight hair, I'm generalizing, but straight hair generally is so much less maintenance than curly hair. And I just feel like those around me did not understand that and could not understand why I would get so pissed. So the amount of time that we spent together, again, the 2 hours, and it's not gonna take 2 hours every time. Another tip that she told me was that it should probably, with my fine hair, it should probably take 20 minutes, not more. If it takes longer than 20 minutes, like something's wrong. But it does take more product. And oh, the other thing that she really emphasized with me is moisture. Moisture. I do feel like I get pretty good results using that Curlsmith Bond Salve thing though. So, but she was like, if it's too much, your hair is gonna break. It's gonna get hard. It's not gonna be a really good result. So I think I'm just gonna continue playing with it. So if anything, this is not to take the place of you seeing a curly hair specialist if you were thinking about it. This is you should also see a curly hair specialist. She and I also had a pretty good discussion around hair memory, and I had kind of heard bits and pieces of this, but I didn't totally believe it. I always thought that your hair will reset basically if you just wash it after a certain style, or if you straighten it. If I straightened my hair would just reset after I washed it, right? I'm now more and more believing that that's not the case, as what this person was emphasizing to me, that your hair has memory, and every time you straighten it, and you keep doing that, your curl pattern is not going to come back. And it wasn't necessarily, like, I always thought that was because of the heat, and the heat was damaging to your hair, so your hair curl pattern is not going to come back the way that it was. There's another example though of that doesn't have to do with heat, because when I was a kid or when I was a teenager, I was terrified of heat. Like I never got even close. I didn't even look at a blow dryer because I thought it would damage your hair, and I never went anywhere near that. So unrelated to heat, I always put my hair in a ponytail, literally from when I was 5 years old to when I was 16. So 11 years straight, I put my hair in a ponytail. The hair that was at the crown of my head where the ponytail sits, that hair was so stubbornly curly. It was extremely curly, like you couldn't get the curl out of it if you tried. The hairs around here were a lot straighter. They weren't straight, but they were like way less curly than they are now. And I do now believe that that was because of the ponytail, that my hair was getting stretched over time and that my hair was getting scrunched up back here. So it was really strong curls and waves back here, and it was much looser over here. So that has an impact on your everyday living when you're tying your hair in a ponytail. So I'm definitely going to be doing that way less nowadays, which is like pretty inconvenient, but I guess it just goes with the territory of having this medium maintenance hair and wanting to maintain my natural curl pattern without disrupting it too much. So probably not as much ponytails. So when I sleep, it needs to be like in a looser, she called it a pineapple, looser like ponytail and a claw clip. That I don't have either of those. I don't know where my scrunchies went, and I need a claw clip that I can sleep in. Also emphasized the importance of not sleeping on a cotton pillowcase, which I am an offender of. I definitely sleep only with cotton pillowcases. So she convinced me to swap that out for a real silk or satin pillowcase. She mentioned to me that washing my hair twice a week is probably a good rate. I think for me, the part that is going to continue to suck revolves around traveling. If I have to travel on Sunday, I will shower and like straighten my hair, and then that will last. It'll look fine by like Wednesday, and then Thursday I have to put my hair up in a ponytail. That's usually my travel day, so it's fine. It's just that if I have to limit my straightening, and I did do this last time in Hair Journey Update 2, I think I'd put too much gel in my hair and I couldn't scrunch it out enough. I was not happy with it, but then I slept on it and then I actually was happier with the result. So the last time I traveled, I used that same thing to my advantage where I put gel in my hair. I did not scrunch out the cast, and it actually helped the hair last for longer than I would have expected it to. So maybe I'll do something around that. It's kind of a hassle to travel with that much product. And I say that much, it's like 4 things, but still, like you gotta put space, you gotta allocate space in your suitcase for that. And a diffuser, I mean, I don't want to think about washing my hair in a hotel. I don't even know how to, that's another level for me. Again, with straight hair, it'd be so much easier because I could just tie my hair up in a ponytail, but can't do that anymore. I have to fully embrace this world. But I, again, totally recommend going to a curly hair specialist. Save up. This is not something that is super cheap, and you know it shouldn't be, because these are experts in their field who are sharing their knowledge and their expertise with you, and doing something customized to your hair. So I fully get, and I think that it's completely fair for them to charge what they charge. But it's from a consumer standpoint, even if you have to save up for it, I would say budget for it. It's definitely worth it. I came in with low expectations, came out with, I cannot believe that this is my hair. I was like, you put on a wig, this is not my hair. I think my part 4 will be to see if I could recreate this. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that. Otherwise, let me know what you think of my hair. If you also see the difference, or if you're like, that looks the same. I'm curious as to how it looks to other people too. But until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye.